everyone, and welcome to this week's weekly reading wrap-up, where I read very, very little. This week was inevitably gonna happen at some point, and this was the week where I didn't have a day off during my reading week. I worked all the way through every single day. I wasn't very well for easily half of it. I was absolutely full of cold, struggling to read for longer than 10-15 minutes without falling asleep because I just felt so unwell. So, yeah. We all need the occasional week where we have a bit of downtime, so I've been playing some phone apps, you know, just relaxing, Netflixing, just trying to feel well again. And I'm getting there. I definitely feel a lot less bunged up than what I did. So this led to one book being read this week, but that one book was a really important read for me, and that was the final book in the series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket, and that was The End. And I had really mixed feelings about this book. On the one hand, I felt it was far too long. It felt really dragged out. It felt really unnecessarily long, like so much was being described, and so there was just so much talking about nothingness, and I was a bit like, so it took me a lot longer to read this one than all the other ones combined in many cases. It stretched over several days of reading for me. I couldn't properly settle down into it, which was a bit of a negative for me. But on the plus side, I really liked how there was quite a message behind it, and how everything sort of, in a way, got resolved. I mean, in some ways, it definitely was nowhere near resolved, and I can see why people have issues with it, but it was resolved more than I expected it to be, and I was really pleased with how things turned out. I was happy with the ending. I can't imagine any other ending, to be honest, so I was pleased in all of that sort of way. My only issue was, it was just so boring. The characters were just, I feel like they'd reached the full level of development maybe a book or two ago, and so I couldn't really see where anything was going to go from this point onwards, and it was just like, nah, come on. You learn some interesting stuff, interesting things happen, but it's just not frequent and for long lasting enough. It dragged. So I gave it 3 stars, sadly. Overall, I would definitely say that I absolutely loved the series, and overall I've given the series 4 stars. There are many books that I've given 5 stars to. There are a couple that I've given 3 to. But overall, the average rating would be 4. And so I'm really pleased that I've finally read this series. I don't feel like I missed out reading it for the first time at the age of 31. I think I was 30 when I started reading it. Yeah, I was 30 when I started reading it, finishing at 31. I don't feel like I missed out. I mean, like, I can't even think. It's not like I'd have been able to read it as a child anyway. I wasn't a child when this series came out, but I'm glad that I've finally read this series and I know what it's all about, and I really enjoyed the Netflix show. I finished that and I can't wait for more episodes. I've got that empty feeling now, you know, that feeling when you've finished a series and you don't know what to do with yourself. That is how I feel right now, like, what can I do? And the best way to fix that is to jump into a fantastic book. So I've already started a new book which I'm hoping I'll be wrapping up this time next week because it's just fantastic, and I really am loving it so far. It's a book that I got off NetGalley, and it is called One of Us is Lying by I'll put the cover here, but I think it's by Karen M. MacArthur or something similar to that. I've not got my Kindle in front of me right now, so I've not got the title to hand, but yeah, the cover will be there. And this is a YA mystery novel where basically someone has been murdered in a detention classroom, and the other 4 kids that were there are suspects, and it's got really amazing ratings so far. It's not out yet. It's not out until the end of May or beginning of June, but the people who have had advanced copies and have rated it on Goodreads have given it all amazing ratings, so I am so excited to get further stuck into this. I'm at about 18% done so far, if I remember correctly, but I will definitely be whizzing through this one. Also during this next week, I'm still listening to Black Beauty on my audiobook, and I'm still reading this. I don't even want to say this anymore. I'm sick of seeing it. I need to finish it. I've still got quite a way to go. I'm fed up with this. I want to finish it. I want to get it done. And then from there I'm going to get this sorted because I really want to read and finish this, and I'm going to restart it. I've decided officially I'm definitely going to restart it. I was only 114 pages in, so it's not like I'm wasting too much time by restarting, and it'd be worth it to get the full effect of this book, I think. So yeah. Ooh, colouring. Colouring. I've still not done any colouring, but I have worked out what colouring book I'm moving on to. I started this image quite a long time ago now, and I want to get it finished. There's not an awful lot to do on it, but it's something, and it's from the Lost Ocean colouring book. So yeah, that is this week's colouring. That is this week's reading. Please let me know what you have read recently, whether there are any books you want to recommend. If you've read any of these books that I'm currently reading and you want to drop me a comment about them again, please do down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more book reviews and other bookish content from me, and I will see you on Friday. Bye bye!